turn the shit upside down.
And backwards. So I've been a bad vlogger today. I decided I'm not going to do videos on Sundays just so that I have a break, and I'll post on Sundays instead. Today I didn't record anything until like after lunchtime. We were just busy with school and then getting lunch, and it's raining / snowing again. But the only thing that we really did was Tommy's home from work, and we had to do some maintenance on our prosciuttos that are hanging downstairs in the root cellar. They've been getting a little bit of mold. Most of it's white mold, which from what we've been told isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there was 2 spots on each of them right by the bone where it was getting a little bit of a bluish mold. So one of them we sprayed down with vinegar and cleaned it off, but the other one really had not been cut well on our part initially, so it had kind of some flaps that were hard to clean thoroughly. So we decided to just chop out a chunk of it to give it a nice clean edge, and in doing so it exposed a lot of the meat, which is exciting to see because it looks pretty good, I think. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna salt it or if I'm just gonna let it be and kind of let it dry out on its own. But I'll show you guys what it looked like. I didn't take any videos beforehand or during, but here's a little bit of look of what it looks like after we chopped kind of that chunk out. Actually not very warm today, but I have a new garden list for the month that I'm gonna start on, and I had to go get the pitchforks from the pig pen because we were using them this weekend to move the compost pile, or at least a portion of it. We probably only moved like a third of it, but we needed to move everything that had all the pig guts in it. So I did do some work on Sunday in here. I dug out some trenches for potatoes and then started prepping the beds for onions over towards the house. I have 1 row of strawberries uncovered, and then I need to uncover the other one. Basically, this is my list for the month, and usually what I do is I just start at one end of the garden and work my way down. So I think I'm gonna start at the strawberries today, and we'll see how long I last. It's not very warm out, but it's really the only day in the forecast this week without rain. So you gotta take advantage of it while you have it. All right, both strawberry beds are now uncovered. However, a little bit of a mishap. This was my original strawberry bed. Last fall, I transplanted runners into this bed, and I miscalculated my walkway. It's supposed to be a 4-foot walkway, but I only made it a 3-foot walkway. So now I am putting down the last of my perimeter fabric. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to burn holes in this new walkway where it overlaps the plants. I suppose that I could transplant all of the plants that are on the left of this, but that seems like more work than just accepting that I have a smaller walkway on this side. So it's going to take a little bit longer than I thought. All right, Evie's idea is that instead of burning holes, we should just fold this over, and that would be easier. That's what.
If you burn holes, then you basically only can use that part of the tarp for that right there.
Versus someday we might pull those strawberry plants, and then we can unfold it and have our 4-foot path back. All right, that's smart. Good idea. Let's do that. So the guy we hired to come and put in the door and the window for the scullery came yesterday, and he got both of them in. Obviously he just has to come back and do all of the siding patching in, but I'm pretty excited. So here's the inside. He was in and out in under 4 hours. It was really impressive, I think. So I'm so glad that we hired it out, because we're totally, or I should say, Tommy's totally capable of doing this kind of thing, but it just would have taken us longer to figure out the right way to do it, and he was quick. So it definitely saved us several weekends worth of work. So today I'm gonna go get some insulation to fill in these new areas, and yeah, see what the next step is after that. So, potato sprouting update. You can see that the Yukon Golds are starting to sprout. So I will probably chit or cut those soon. The russets have not started to sprout yet, but I guess there's a few that are just starting to sprout. But that's okay, because I like to stagger my planting. So I'll probably do the reds that I had really sprouted first, followed by the Yukon Golds, and then the russets last. right, so here's the new project that I'm gonna start today because I've got a little bit of sunshine in the sky and it needs to be done. This porch is a hot mess just from winter dirtiness, but also just from general lack of maintenance. So I said when we first moved here that I wasn't going to do anything to the porch until we could do like a full-on restoration of it, because I didn't want to just put lipstick on a pig. But I think I've changed my mind. I think the pig needs a little lipstick, since it's going to be a few years probably till we can afford to do the whole thing. So I am going to paint these floors. The floors are just dirty and they're kind of this weird orangish color. In order to do that though, we need to clean everything off and power wash. And it's probably going to take a few weeks to get it all done because our porch is very, very, very long. It goes all the way around. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So let's start by just cleaning off the main entryway area. All right, well, it may not look better, but it definitely is. It's a little bit rough down here, but I got one layer of grime and dirt off on the actual floorboards at least. So I washed until right about there. I'll probably do one more wash before I do the paint, but I figure if I work on it in sections, it will be less overwhelming and more realistic, but it does look better. It does look a lot cleaner. It's a little bit at a time. All right, so I got the first coat of paint on the first wall in the scullery and have to wait for that to dry. I have a little crabby baby. I think he's teething. So I'm not sure what else I'm gonna get accomplished today, but I do have one other project in mind that I wanna try to do because my onions are getting shipped out, or they are shipped out, and they'll be here probably Monday. There's been a thing I've been wanting to make for a few years, and I have these guys, which I bought off Amazon. It was like a 30 pack, I think, for maybe 10 bucks. And I bought them for our mudroom. I do really like them. You can see I never got around to painting them. But what I have found is that they tend to break off if you have anything really heavy. So like a bag or a really big coat, they just don't hold the weight of it. So I have some extras that I think will be good for this project that I want to make for my onion planting. I just got the second coat on the shiplap for this wall. So we moved the freezers. We moved the freezers over. I might have to do a third coat. We'll have to see. But pretty happy with that progress for the week. It looks totally different than it did 7 days ago. I think that's it for this week's vlog. I'm going to get this edited and ready to load tomorrow. But thank you for following on this week. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys next week.